Ryan, please continue on your self-taught journey about cannabis.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So like I mentioned, we started selling it a little bit, and then that got into the nuances of growing.
For sure, yeah.
Within growing, I found a dispensary, a gray area dispensary that was just starting up. And I got a couple of deliveries to my house. And at that point, I had started baking, making tinctures, mother's milk. I started the processing that goes behind it because I had so much trim. So we started processing a lot of this stuff. And I sent a bag with the delivery guy and I said, hey, to your owner, from me,
Sure.
just let me know if there's anything you guys need help with, including teaching lineage to your staff. Because I've done it for...
How many years ago was this, Ryan, that you started to really,
16 or 15 years ago is when I first met this dispensary. I'd started the cannabis journey a little before, so...
I didn't realize it went that far back.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
So this place was called Jolly Green Meds.
Of course
And
it was.
it finally went brick and mortar and they brought me on.
Okay.
Consulting.
Jolly Green Meds.
I taught bubble hash.
Was there a uniform?
No. Big green.
I need something, right? That would have been fun though, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For Halloween we did a couple
Totally,
of fun things.
okay.
So I started teaching bubble hashing classes, bud tending, teaching, consulting, diving into the very culture, everything that I had learned. Now it went on hyperspeed.
Sure.
The learnings got faster. The knowledge increased. The amount of exposure went up.
I was going to say exposure, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the customers that we're seeing back then, remember, this is medical days in Nevada, where it was $400, $500 to get a card.
Sure.
So everybody we saw was sick. Stage 4s.
Oh, wow.
Hospice.
Because there was probably not that many conditions. It was probably a short list.
And it was only the most dire of conditions.
Course.
So we saw just so much desperation that the street part of me really started to turn activist. Because I was like, I'm not just growing drugs. Like the people that are coming to see me, their medicine. Once or twice a week, we'd get a card return, which means somebody's caregiver, caretaker, they lost their patient. So they, because you used to return cards back then. So you have to go through all that, and it put a different skin on me.
Of course.
Having to go through, that era.
I like that, a different skin.
A very
That's
different
a good way
skin.
to say that, yeah.
It wasn't just growing and producing for fun. It was really having a purpose behind all of it. So I had so much in my head at this point already, and it was going faster and faster. And then right around November, it was just crossing after our first year of business in the brick and mortar, and we were raided. We got raided as one of the 12 raids that happened and in Nevada, and all of them went through some kind of deal, made a plea, talked, got a deal. Some dispensaries went against each other, right? So ownership went against each other to get better sentences, all that kind of ugly stuff. Us, and there's 6 of us that were arrested that day, and one other said not guilty. Through it all.
Oh, wow.
No matter what they threw, parking tickets will turn into this. All of us really stayed the course. Within the mix of that, the other dispensary that also pled not guilty, their judge dismissed their case. And our judge indicted us. So our attorneys called a stay to the law. I mean, we have 2 contradicting rulings from judges. The legislators need to fix this. 2 years after that, it turned into our legal medical, where you can go to a dispensary and get cards. 2 months after that happened, I get a call from my attorney. You owe me $1,000 and this is over. Wow. 4.5 years of fighting, joining activist groups, looking into laws, writing letters, turning into an activist, and having everything absolutely just stripped from me.
What's interesting, Ryan, is if you kind of zoom out on your progression, started with I like it, then I want to learn about it. I'm going to hang out with some people about it. Now I want to grow it. Let me learn all about that. Now I want to sell it. Let me learn all about that. Like, it is really a way of life for you. For most of you, for all, well, not all of you.
And there's never enough for me.
Wow.
There's never enough. Even after getting raided, I told the detectives, I'll be back.
Because then you just turn that into activism then. So like, it's like the plant. This is the way I look at it. I treat it as a very sacred thing. And like, I think that she taps people in a very special way. Because I'm not to talk about me for a second, but this is aligned. I was in a perfectly good medical career. I was selling, I had multiple states, I made good money, and I was like, I didn't even smoke. I didn't know, and I was married young, and I worked for those like companies that could test any time. So I was like, it's not worth it, right? But then I was interviewing someone for a job, and she's telling me that she's selling marijuana to doctors, and I was like, that's two of my two things, marijuana and doctors. And then I literally bought the books. I dove in just 2018, but I got in the pool. And I feel like she taps people to have a very specific course of action. And this is really cool to see how this was not just the kind of Som in Vegas, like how you got there. That's really cool. Wow.
So there's a book out there by Malcolm Gladwell called Outliers.
Yes.
10,000
hours.
Exactly. I feel like I got my 10,000
Yeah.
hours.
And in different
on.
categories of it. So it's not just like you were a grower for a decade. But that's the cool thing. And you can't learn about those things unless you've been in them.
Tending,
Yeah.
producing. I've got the hours under all of it, just with a thirst to be better, to go more, to be higher up, you know, to all those things. There's just never like a top for me. Every time I think I'm close.
It doesn't seem like that was driven by ego. It feels like it was driven by passion. Because there's a difference.
I want to learn. There's never enough to learn. Exactly, by a passion.
Mm-hmm.
That was the drive.
It's a different fuel altogether. That's
because you can do so much with it.
Yes. Wow.
So once the case dismissed,
Yeah.
I joined up with a first legal dispensary group.
Okay.
They picked me up and I told them, I'd love to bartend for you guys for a little bit, but I can do much more. So if a position comes up, I have to take it, but I'm all yours.
Yeah. Oh, that was honest. Mm-hmm.
I spent about 3 months there. I really helped as much as I could, train the staff and get them to a part. And then the group that I'm with right now, the very beginning, they had no dispensary started.
Okay.
They moved up to 3 and then 4 and now 6. That group was just starting up. First dispensary, nothing in it. And we actually had an interview with myself and my wife. The reason we got that interview, and I'll take it one back. After the activism days, my wife and I really thought there's a way for us to get back in this. And even before that, so we started a show.
I've seen it, yeah.
We started a YouTube show, and for anybody out there that's seen it before, it's Bake and Wake Review. It was a lot of fun. We did it from
our... look like you had fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was very intimidating. It's like, I wasn't even smoking. I'm like, you guys look like you were blowing your brains out and so much fun. And I was like, I think 2 hits of a joint. And I'm like, oh God.
It was nutty.
Yeah, it was so fun.
At that time, we were one of the first ones to go on screen without masks on. We were not afraid to show our faces. And a testament to that,
I never thought about that.
Our first episode actually brought a live clone out of our grow. So we very much had if this is going to happen to us, this is going to happen. This has to happen on screen. People need to see that this isn't bad, and it has to be with exposure.
Yeah.
So
she shares your passion for cannabis.
Very much so.
Okay. In the just the personal passion, or do you guys work together in some capacity?
We do work together in some capacity.
Okay, the videos.
Yeah.
That piece. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was our first time really getting to work together.
Got it.
Because it was a team effort to get that thing rolling.
And it was a couple effort, and that was cool. Like,
of course.
Yeah.
And we're matched for it. You know, I had so much background in cannabis, and Addie did as well.
Yeah.
But she had as much background in production.
Sure.
Making these videos.
Okay.
That's where.
Yeah, because that's clutch. You gotta have a good piece if you're gonna do it.
If anything, she came with the meat of it because she had a little bit of cannabis and she had that. I was just had cannabis. So I've learned a lot over the past years, and actually. Now she owns her own media production company.
Shouts to Addie.
Shouts to Addie.
Who's here? I mean, let's just call it out. She's here in the supportive role. She's throwing up the dude. Oh, anyway.
But she had that going. But she's actually the one that first got the interview because we were looking for jobs. So they called us in. And from there, everything spilled. Who we both were, the show that we had done.
Sure.
And actually, when we first got hired, our sponsors carried over and helped to sponsor these new dispensaries that we were starting up, putting their boxes and the different products that they assisted us in our show and helped them get started. And it was just a beautiful time of sharing.
Wow. What year was that?
5 to 6 years ago.
Okay. So still before it got all...
Right, one of the first licenses opening. I think it was probably 4 months after the legal industry first started getting going here.
I always like to say, welcome to the future of cannabis. My name is Gia. I'll be your tour guide.